Are you looking to move to Belleville in the Bay of Quinte area? If so, then you've come to the right video. Today we're going to do a map tour. We're going to look over where Belleville is in relation to other major cities in Ontario. And then we're going to kind of work our way around the city. Show you where everything is, where the different housing and neighborhoods are, and then also the different areas and communities that surround Belleville. So if you've come and you're looking to learn more about Belleville, then you're in the right place. Let's get going. If this is your first time to the channel and you're wanting to learn more about Belleville and surrounding areas, then be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you can hear about all our future videos that we're going to talk about all the areas in and around Belleville. Also, if you are looking to make a move to this area, I'm a local realtor. My name's Jeremy Tremblay. I would love to hear from you. I have people calling me all the time. My number is going to be in the description. Also, you can send me an email. I respond to those every day directly, and that will also be down in the description. Let's get going with the map tour. So here we've pulled up Belleville, Ontario. So as we bring this up on Google Maps here, you'll see that Belleville is very much concentrated in this area, but if you look at the boundaries, it's fairly large. There's quite a bit going on there, but specifically as you zoom out, just to give you an idea, Kingston, an hour down the road, this is the 401, and zoom out a little bit more. Here you've got Toronto, the GTA, Kingston, and then if you head up, you've got Ottawa right here. Anyone that knows anything about Ontario or even Canada knows that this 401 right here is the busiest corridor in Canada. There's so much going on here. Population-wise, it's the most densely populated portion of Canada. And that's what is making Belleville so popular these days, because when you live there, you still have access down to Toronto, to Montreal, to Ottawa. And so from there, we're going to look into a little bit more and the way it's laid out. So you've got the 401, as I mentioned. The majority of the city started underneath here on the south side, but you're seeing a lot of development up on the north side of the city. So with the 401, you've got Highway 62 that goes right through as well. You've got development happening on this side and development happening over on this side. A lot of new builds that are happening over here. If I were to change this over to the satellite view, you're going to see right here. This has already been filled in right now. This is all built up. They're building into this area. And actually they're planning on building in this area afterwards. And then the other side of Highway 62, you've got this whole subdivision. They've already built many of these homes, and they're going to continue building as well. And so that's kind of how the north side is made up. You've also got Walmart and Lowe's and such that are right on this corner. So right when you get off the highway, Highway 62, before you get up to these neighborhoods I just mentioned, you do have the Walmart Supercenter and a bunch of other stores here, and Lowe's and other stores are coming up here. So you don't have to go across the highway to get into the rest of Belleville to get access to those stores. And then from there, you've got the east end of Belleville. Highway 401, Highway 62 that goes right down, and then the east side. So with this, the northern portion of the east side of Belleville is an industrial area. Over here, as soon as you get off the highway, you've got this Highway 37. And if you follow it all the way down and keep going, you'll meet up with the old downtown of Belleville. This is where, and there's our office, Century 21. This is where you're going to have all the old stores, and it's a really nicely done downtown. They've kind of done the brick streets down there. They have festivals down there. You'll notice also that it has the Moira River. And so all the way up here has the Moira River, which kind of divides the two sides. So with the industrial area up here, there's a set of tracks, train tracks right here. There is some housing in this area, but the majority of the housing is all down here on the north side, or sorry, the south side of these tracks. There's going to be a mixture of housing. You're going to have the older Victorian style homes that are closer to the downtown core. And as you work out, you're going to have neighborhoods that were built, the 60s and 70s, right to new build neighborhoods. And they are still developing in some of these neighborhoods. If I switch over, you're going to see here some of these areas right below these tracks, they've been building up newer neighborhoods. And as you move over, this is all being built up as well. And so you can see kind of by the layout which ones are new, which ones are older. And as you move out of town, they're actually building even more over here. Still a lot of space for expansion, but that's what's going to be happening right there. And then as you go more towards the water, right down, there's Highway 2, which goes right along the water. You have the hospital that is right there. So if you're zooming out once again in all of Belleville, the 401, you're coming down, this is where the hospital is. And so it's a little bit down in kind of the older part of town, but all along Highway 2 here, you have many stores because this is where the city was initially built up. You've got restaurants, shopping centers and such. And then as you move out, you're going to get to the new builds moving out of town. And then also, haven't mentioned it, but the water. The whole city's built up along the water. You will see signs when you're driving towards this area, Belleville, but also the Bay of Quinte. Many people don't really know what that is, but here you go on the map showing you this is the Bay of Quinte, all along the water here. So you've got the marinas all along here, easy access to go throw your boat in the water. Anyone can do it. And they have trails that go along the water there as well. So it's a really nice area, really nice retirement community that they're building up along the water as well. And then you have the other side of the Moira River over here, which is, of course, the west side. And this one here, you're going to find, once again, some of the older homes. I'd say more affordable, more in the central location. And then as you move out along Highway 2, you've got some new build areas. I can show you that as well. Potter's Creek is one of the new developments happening there. And you can see here how they're building it all up. It's already been built up and there's still more room to build. And with that area, you'll notice here, I've mentioned that you have the 401 and you come down Highway 62 and they have Highway 2. Well, the boundary of Belleville is right here, and that is Walbridge Loyalist Road. So anyone living in this area, it's actually quite convenient because you can come to Highway 2, move along here, and then just go straight up Walbridge Loyalist Road to the highway. So you can avoid having to go through the main city center. On Walbridge Loyalist, there aren't too many homes right now. It may be building up a little bit more in the future, but as of right now, it's actually not too busy. You do have Loyalist College right there as well. So now you've kind of seen that you have the north portion of Belleville, and then you've got the east side and the west side, and you've got the Moira River dividing it. Where a lot of the buildings happening right now is right here, Bell Boulevard. It is the busy spot. And so this North Front Street area was built up. It's where most of the commercial properties were, but it's basically full. And so they continued expanding, and Bell Boulevard is where there's quite a bit of space. You'll see right now the Quinte Mall is along Bell Boulevard. All the major stores, the bigger stores, the Home Depot, restaurants, they are all building up there. And then if I show you here on the satellite map, a lot of open space right here. So between Walbridge Loyalist and the rest of the city, this area, this road, Bell Boulevard, they actually just expanded up to about here and made it 4 lanes because they're expecting a lot more to happen there. We have some new hotels that have been built along there. McDonald's was just put right here at the very end, which is always a sign that, well, McDonald's knows it's going to get busy leading along this road. Costco, that's one we're all waiting for, but they had a site here and we expect it still to happen. The casino is right along that street. And so it's going to continue to grow, but that street has separation from all the neighborhoods that I just mentioned. And so when you're living either in the north side of the city, you can come right down here, jump over, and you can get onto that main strip. And same with these other ones. You can just come along this main artery and jump up to Bell Boulevard and get all your shopping needs done there. And then from there, if we move out, just to kind of zoom out and look at the rest of Belleville and the boundaries, you'll notice there's not too much going on up here. This is where, if you're coming here and you're wanting to look for a place that has a little bit of acreage, so you know, the acre lots, a little bit more space between you and your neighbors, these are areas where you can find those homes. And you've got Highway 62 heading north, but then you have Highway 37 also that branches off. And as you head up there, there's the golf courses, Black Bear Ridge Golf Course, and then right next to it is Trillium Wood Golf Course. And they are both fantastic courses. Black Bear Ridge actually has big development plans, so they want to definitely make it more of a resort, and they have plans for quite a few homes to be built in that area. And if you're really outdoorsy, then you come up here and you have a lot of trails. Specifically, this is a popular one, the H.R. Frank Conservation Area. That one has groomed trails that people can walk, and it goes kind of along different water areas, a lot of nature as well. And then if you zoom out, the other thing to consider when you're looking at Belleville is that it is a hub for smaller communities. So Belleville is kind of the catch-all term. It's the one that people know along the 401, but there are a lot of other communities that are growing all around it in the surrounding area. One thing, if you zoom out here, you'll notice this. Very popular, Prince Edward County. That one there, it's become quite popular over the last number of years for tourism. Full of wineries. It's a beautiful area. The Sandbanks Provincial Park, a bunch of beaches that are all along there. And to get to it, there is the Bay Bridge right here. Nice and easy. There's a park, and then you just drive right over. A lot of people that live in the county, as the locals call it, there isn't too much other than tourism here. So a lot of people will live here and then work in Belleville and drive right over. The other area here you'll see is Quinte West. This city right here, this is Trenton, Ontario. You might have heard of it before. If you zoom in, this is Canada's largest Air Force base. That's an airstrip right there. And it has grown, and it is continuing to grow quite a bit. For one of the main reasons being, it's that much closer to Toronto. It's about 10 to 15 minutes between Belleville and Trenton, and then that's 15 minutes closer to Toronto. And it is built up. You've got the water really close, and you also have the 401 really close as well. So I will do a separate video on Trenton and the Quinte West area, because there's a lot to say about that and the positives. Some of the other smaller communities that you're going to have, Stirling, that one is growing up. Very, very nice community. It's got a really nice downtown core with the older shops where you can just go and walk around. But they have also a really good school, elementary school. And as you go around, you've got places like Tweed. Tweed is a very popular area for people because it had homes that were slightly more affordable. And people are okay doing the drive. And so from there, you've got Tweed, you've got the county. Brighton is just a little bit over here as well. Brighton doesn't have too much in terms of its own stores. So people live in Brighton will oftentimes come over to Trenton area to do a lot of their shopping. But once again, it's within 10 minutes. And so it's really quite easy. So hopefully, after looking at this, you have a good idea of, first of all, where Belleville is in relation to everything. And then, if you are looking to come and check out the area, or possibly looking to move, now you can look in that north end, see a lot of the newer homes, or you can get kind of right into Belleville where you have a lot of the offerings. You've got affordable homes, but you also have brand new builds happening as well, and you can kind of be closer to the water. So there's something for everybody. Hopefully this has helped you learn a little bit about where things are. As I said at the beginning, if you do have any other questions specifically about this, I'd love to chat. My phone number is down below. My email is down below. Send me a message. I talk to people all the time about moving to this area. I can't say enough good things about this area and why people are moving here. So don't be afraid. Give me a call. Let's chat.